before the video starts, head down below, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Check out all our socials in the description and hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Offbeat Podcast.
Offbeat Podcast, was it episode 27 now?
Yeah, episode 27, mate. How have you been?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you?
Good. I'm good, mate. We've got a very special guest here today.
Very special guest. I'm looking forward to this, to be fair.
So, we've got Lekota in.
Nice one, lads. Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Hey, thanks for coming on, mate. You're doing us a favour, eh? It's a pleasure. Well, you got a lot of support online at the moment. Like, we put that Instagram story up about like questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of engagement.
Oh, really?
Yeah, quite a few responses.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. So, we'll dive straight in, I guess.
We should dive straight in, mate. Yeah. Because you are, how can we say, rapidly on the rise at the moment.
I'll let you say it. Yeah, I'll let you guys. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, everything's sort of just coming into place for me. I think, we've got a lot going on that has been sitting sitting behind the scenes for quite a while now, and it's only sort of recent that it's all sort of coming into real life. So it's good. I'm excited. It's
a long process, isn't it? Especially because you were talking about how you're like producing your tracks, I'm roughly, because obviously you're not these like people who've already done like albums and albums. Like for that first track, how long does it kind of take for it to just click and?
It's crazy. I mean, for me, it all sort of kind of happens in stages in a way. Like for me, I've always been a DJ first, and I think the more I was sort of playing out, the more I got to understand the scene and understand that, okay, to get big in the DJ world, you kind of need to, start making your own tracks. There are ways of doing it without, like, you've got people that go down the radio route and all that sort of stuff. The most sort of typical way is to start producing tracks. And to be honest, I was putting it off for a while because, like I said, I'm a DJ at heart. I've seen what it takes to make tracks. And in a way, you kind of need to be a bit nerdy, and I'm not. I'm really not. So I've had to like try and force myself to be a bit of a nerd in that, in a good way. Do you know what I mean? And really get into it. So it's kind of happened in stages. And when I first sort of started, I was, for the first sort of year or maybe two, nothing really sounds amazing. And then you sort of just, things click and you get to the next stage. You're like, oh, okay, I can do some drums. Okay. I can do this. And then, it's been a good few years, maybe sort of four and a bit years maybe of getting to this stage now where I was confident in sort of sending tracks out to people and playing them out on big systems.
Yeah, trying to get them signed as well. That's the next kind of...
Yeah, of course. That's the ultimate goal, It's one thing sort of sending it out to some DJs or other producers to have a listen, but to get labels to go, we want to sign is that's pretty much the end goal with it, in terms of like getting your name out there and getting stuff out there. So it's been a long process, but I think we're sort of finally there.
I want to get straight onto it. So how did your song with Joel come out? That's coming out is it this week or?
This Friday. This Friday. It was to be honest, it was a bit of a mad one because it all came about still kind of when COVID was around. It's like probably this time last year, maybe a bit longer. I sort of got to the stage where I was happy with the tunes, and I had a mate who's a producer as well, who I knew had a good link with Joel. So I sent it to him. I was like, look, I know he plays that sort of sound in his DJ sets. It's a bit different. His commercial, his sort of pop and commercial music that he releases, his DJ sets are a lot different. He plays like more club underground stuff.
Where did you see him?
I saw him years ago in Zante.
Yeah, in Zante, and you said he was very good. I remember you saying to me.
Before even Sorry dropped. So it was like
this was like that would have been like end of Geordie Shore days, wasn't it, when he was properly taking it full time?
So I'm in Club Rescue. Shout out Club Rescue. Club Rescue. Sick set.
Mate, he's an unbelievable DJ, and he really knows how to work the crowd, and I kind of knew that would be a good place to start in terms of sending it to DJs. Knew I had a mate who had a link there, and sent him 3 tracks. One of them he really liked, and he sort of played on his show on Kiss 100 a couple of times. Nice. It wasn't the one we released, but he played that one, and I was like, well, okay, cool. And he messaged me. He was just like, look, the sound is like right up his street. Like he's like, this is like sort of bang on for his sets and his sound. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. Was just like, look, just let me know if you wanted to work on anything together. And I was just like, what? I was like
pinch yourself moment, innit?
Let me have a think about this, Joel. Yeah, all right, yeah, that's good. So I was just like, didn't want to be a pest or anything like that. I didn't know if it was just him being nice or whatever. So I was just like, yeah, mate, like, would love to. Obviously, like, let's do it. And so he, I sent him some like rough ideas of tracks that I had, and the track we've done together, What I Need. It had the vocal song was from Show Me Love, Robin Show Me Love. So but we only used like a little snippet of it, nothing from the core. It's not like we've used the whole thing, or we just used a little vocal chop from it. So yeah, we sort of had like a Zoom together, and I was just like, what is happening? Right, mate, like, how's it going? And, we just sort of we got this little vocal chop together, and it came together really nicely, to be fair. We just got a demo out of the track, and it was maybe like a month later. He was out in Dubai, and he'd done like he'd done like quite a lot of live streams over sort of not live streams, but like recorded DJ sets over COVID and that. And he just sent me this link. He was, make sure you listen to this set or whatever. I was like, yeah, cool. And then I was listening, I was just like when he was mixing it in, I was like, I recognise that bass line. It's like, what? I was like, mad, like he's playing it, and the backdrop was unbelievable. It was like Dubai, it was sort of like going into night. It was like it was playing by some like I'm not too sure on the venue, but it was like a pool, like where they have pool parties in Dubai, in a cool hotel or whatever, cool venue, and unbelievable backdrop. And then I just hear this bass line coming. I was like, I remember writing that. I was like, oh my god, like this is why he's 7. And he sort of played it out, and started playing it more in these sets, and he played it quite consistently as well. And because I didn't know if it was one of them where we made this demo, okay, cool, that might be it. I don't know if making something is one thing, but then going, right, let's send this to labels and all that is another thing. So he just started playing that in his sets, and then from that he was like, look, I've got these sets out in Ibiza and Ibiza Rocks, you know, come out and support me. And again,
let me just see him for free.
check your diary. Cancel that.
Well, that's it. Again, it's one of them ones like, I don't know, mate. Obviously I was like, wow, mate, of course, like, you know. So I went out there, and I don't know, I don't know what his like main intentions were from it, but I think honestly, he's like, I'm not just saying it, but he's like a proper nice guy. He's such a nice bloke, and you do not get that sort of vibe like he's like a big superstar DJ or you know, whatever. You just do not get that vibe at all. So he was just, I think for him he was just like, mate, you're on a set, like, cool. And then, but for me, it's like, oh my god, I'm Ibiza Rocks. I've got like these people emailing me like, here's your flights, here's your hotel, and I'm like, I've never done this before. This is okay, thank you. I remember them sending them like Ibiza Rocks. You know, they're really professional with how they obviously deal with their artists, and they were sending me all this. I was just like, just put me up in a hostel, I'm fine. Like, no, like, you know, come on. And I was just like, I don't know, like being just trying to be easy to work with. Like,
I need a bed, I need a toilet, and that's it.
Literally,
I'm happy.
If that, to be honest, just give me a sunbed, mate. That'll be sweet, and a little blanket. And then went out to Ibiza with him. I went out before. He was had a load of stuff before, so I went out a couple of days before, tried to make a bit of a holiday over it. Played before him at Ibiza Rocks, and it was crazy. It was so good. Just like, I don't know, for me it was just all like the little things, like turning up, having this artist liaison going, do you want your drink? I'm just like, mate, don't worry about it. Like, I'm sweet, you know, having the dressing room, I'm like, with my name on, I'm like, don't need that, but so nice one. Like, it's just a bit like, I don't know, I'm used to just turning up, like doing whatever and just sticking my USB in and going. But like, it was a nice insight to that sort of world. That sort of world and to that type of bookings. And so played before him, and I think I've had a chat with him after about this, but he was like, he really enjoyed that I played a warm-up set. Right. You know, he kind of just thought like he was kind of just helping me out a bit, you know, get me a set in Ibiza, do whatever. But he came and watched my set, and he was like, and after I had a chat with him, obviously, and he was like, mate, like, you actually played like a proper warm-up set. Like I wasn't expecting that at all. You know, I think obviously you might know this as well, Dan, like in the DJ world at the moment, I think the warm-up set's kind of like a dying thing. Yeah. Like I don't know, I've seen a lot of different opinions on it online. Like you see, I've seen like Simon Dunmore tweet about it, and a lot of replies are just like, nah, fuck warm-up sets, you know, let's just go in, play hard, you know, play your bangers, which I can understand where people come from. But for me, like I said earlier, like I'm a DJ first, and then I've sort of forced myself into becoming a producer. Not forced myself, but you know, I've really had to like work it. But DJing was just natural. So, you know, playing a warm-up set, that was quite natural for me. And he was really appreciative of it. He was like, wow, like, you know, thank you for, you know, you could have gone in and just got a load of videos and just like...
You could have played all these, like, you see so many warm-up sets now where they play the headliners song and you're like, what's the point?
Oh, yeah, can you imagine that? Head and Heart remix. Like, like, what are you doing? Mate, that would, oh, God, I
some
hate to think
DJs
of
do
what
that though, don't they?
Yeah.
They just see like, they see the clout, don't they? That's all they see. They see the Instagram, they see the thousands of views, and that's it.
Yeah.
But like, I like a good warm-up set. Like, as like, if I'm in the crowd,
if you're there to see the certain DJ, say like Joel Corry's headlining or whatever, you don't want to be brought up for the warm-up, do you?
Yeah, that was my exact approach as well. Yeah. It's like, you know, I turn up to venues, Joel Corry. Like I know people there to see him. Obviously, you know, they want to have a dance before, and you know, they want to enjoy all the music that's been played. But yeah, I sort of, I knew what my role was, and I think he just really appreciated that, and we had a really good time after, and so I played his like second to last show of his residency, and he was like, mate, stay out here, or either go home, but come back for my closing one like next week. It was kind of like done on the spot. I was like, wow. I was like, right, okay, of course, like, just sort of, cleared my week. I stayed out there. I was like, oh, you know, might as well stay out. I might as well stay out here, and so I just stayed out there. Had a few days to myself, and then he flew back over. He had, because it was his closing party, he had some friends over and family, and his manager, one of his guys from the record label that from Atlantic, and I didn't know this, but he had like a 9-bedroom villa rented out for I think it was like 4 nights, and there's me in my hotel. I've been like really nice to people. No, just get me a cheap one, whatever. And he's like, mate, like, spare room, like, come up here, like, you know, just come chill for a few nights.
Surreal.
Mate, honestly, surreal. Like, it was really surreal. Like, what the whole sort of stay in the villa was, but like I got to a point where like, because like I said, when I met him, because he's such a nice guy and like you don't get that vibe, it was just like a mate going, mate, come stay up. But obviously I was like, you pull up in this massive villa and you're like, what the hell? And the first night we had a private chef cooking us. I walked in.
That is just the dream.
Oh, what did he make you? What was?
Mate, I walked in and I've never seen these prawns as big in my life. Like, I didn't even know they went that big. I was like, mate, that's unreal. What was it? It was just like, we had like this sweet potato salad. I know it might sound a bit, but like a sweet potato salad, but it was just like unbelievable. We had like pork in this marinade. We had chicken wings. It was just like a big feast, really big feast. And so we turned up with this private chef, and he had like a load of cameras there from MTV as well. They were like filming. He's got like this documentary of his summer, like it's at festivals and stuff like that. And he was like, look, again, like he was like, look, I've got. Don't worry, like you don't have to be on it at all, like whatever. And I was like, nah, don't worry about it, mate. Like, I'm not, like we'll do this thing.
Your chicken wings.
Just dribbling all down my mouth. Like, so I was like, no, of course, mate. Like, you know, we'll do whatever. And so they were just getting a few shots. I wasn't in it for that part, but they were just getting some shots and just doing like a little tour around his villa and stuff like that he had. And it was crazy. It was mad. And then we obviously. For that stay, it was sick because he played at Shire the night after, and he was supporting David Guetta. And we had like a VIP table right in front of the decks. Like again, like it was just like, what is going on? Like, I just come out here to play a warm up set, and I'm like watching him play with David Guetta, and it's like it's crazy. And then he played our track as well. Before David Guetta, and the mad thing,
I honestly think I'd cry.
I was honestly, I was. It was like I was just like what is happening? Like honestly, what is happening? It's like it was just crazy. I don't know. I was a bit speechless, and the thing about Shy as well is probably the best sound system I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
So to hear the track like that loud and that clear and you know, it was really cool. So yeah, I had that, and then the day after that, it was his closing party at Ibiza Rocks. So warmed up for him again. Just had a really good time, and then maybe like a month after that, he was like, got this UK and Ireland tour if you
fancy it.
If you fancy it. Again, I was like, Joel, mate, just leave me alone. I was like, nah.
What a nice guy, though, because
it's crazy, man.
Do you reckon there's not many DJs that do that?
No.
There's just not, is there?
Sure
but I suppose he's not from that superstar mentality, because he's kind of slowly gone up the stages.
Yeah.
He's not just been, like, dropped into it, because obviously he was on TV, wasn't he? But he wasn't like a headline artist when he was on TV, was he?
No.
He was just like a club DJ who's just slowly started evolving. Yeah. So I reckon that's probably a part into it. He's just a normal guy, isn't he?
Yeah, it's exactly that. That's the exact vibe I got from him, and it's even like just there's tons of examples that I can give of where, I don't know, we might have just been at a restaurant or like just walking. We went out into Ibiza for lunch or anything. We're just walking about, and anyone who stops him, he will stop, and it's not like, Joel, can I get back to you? Yes, yeah. It'll be like, and he's just like, it would just chat like, when I played in Birmingham for him, I had a few mates that came to the show to see him, and basically that weekend, which I just thought it was unbelievable. That weekend, I want to get this right, we played in Cardiff, we finished at 3. He went straight to a private airport nearby, private jet to Budapest, where he played MTV EMA's. It was like a public event, free tickets in this big square, like played to 1,000 people in Budapest. Had to do a few interviews there. Flew back to Birmingham, got there just in time for his set, done his set, and then straight after Birmingham, he had to fly back to Budapest to present an award at the EMAs in MTV. Jesus. So it's crazy. So after this, his set finished, and he always, again, like, he's played a 3-hour set, and there's always people that stay behind to get pictures of him. He's straight in the crowd, chatting to people, getting pictures, doing whatnot, and his manager's there at the side. He's a really nice bloke, and he was just like, like, we're gonna go. It's like, apparently, like, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know this, but with private jets, there's like a time you have to leave. If you miss that time, you got to wait another 2 hours, whatever. And he's there just like, he doesn't want to rush Joel, because he knows Joel's like with the guys, with his fans getting, everyone getting pictures. He's just like looking at his watch.
But he was getting stressed.
Yeah, he was getting stressed. Like, we need to leave now. Like, we need to leave now. And then my mates are at the side, and like, they're like, oh, we want to get a picture of him as well. I was like, oh, look, I feel bad asking, because he needs to get off. So he finished with everyone. I was like, oh, Joel, these are my mates that have come to see him. And his manager's like, Joel, we need to go. Like, in a nice way, like, just And Joel's like, yeah, 1 minute. And he was just like chatting to my mates, just like, oh, where'd you come from? And his manager's like, oh, we need to go. And he's like, we get a picture, but it's like,
he's such a nice guy.
He could have so easy, and we would have been completely sound with it. We'd have, we'd have been like, mate, go. If he's like, sorry, I've got to get this flight, no worries at all, of course. But he didn't. He stayed like another 10, 15 minutes. His manager's like, oh, come on, mate.
Put your foot down. Get a driver's put his foot down.
Yeah, but it's just like, there was tons of examples like that where it's just like, you really didn't have to do that. We bumped into some lads in Ibiza, and they're like, mate, we try getting tickets. It's sold out. He's like, right, give us your names. Bang. I've finished my set, and they're on a VIP table up on the balcony with like a load of Grey Goose that he sorted out for him. And it's just like, did you pay for it? He's like, no, Joel sorted everything. It's like,
what a sound guy.
Yeah, just stuff like that. You really don't have to do it, but he's gone out of his way to do it. It's just, and then obviously, from my example, just supporting me, giving me these DJ sets. He didn't have to do that at all. But I don't know. I just feel quite lucky that it's all sort of happened, and it grew into that. So.
You worked hard for it as well, because you've been around the club scene for years as well, because obviously we were Lost as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what a lot of people are going to know you from, kind of the Lost days, aren't they?
Yeah.
Were they your first events, Lost?
Yes, kind of. I did a few events before Lost in Liverpool. It was only Liverpool where I sort of started to look at DJing as in oh, wow, I can actually play... I can actually play in clubs and get money for this and do whatever. Like, wow, like, I started DJing when I was 13, and we were saying earlier, I'm from just like a small village in Hertfordshire, so I wasn't, the nearest stuff close to me, just like bars, and there wasn't any like big clubs like you get in a city like Liverpool. So it was sort of, I was just doing it as a bit of a hobby, went to uni, and then was like, wow, okay, wait, there's there's events every night of the week that are busy, even on a Sunday and Monday. Right, okay, that's crazy. Like, you know, so I was playing just a few sort of like small sort of student events as you do. And then I was working for Lost just as like my first year, just sort of like doing some promotion stuff for them, sort of ticket sales like you do first year. But my music at the time was a little bit off genre for them. So I was still like mad on the EDM. Yeah. I was mad on EDM, when I was a kid.
We're talking like David Guetta kind of. Is that what you kind
that's
of
what we
to listen to?
Yeah. I do you know what it is? When I started DJing, I was really into the DJing. I didn't believe it or not. I didn't really think too much about the music. Of course, I was just like, oh, this is dance music, great. Mixed effects. Wow, this is so cool. And then it was like when I came to uni, I was like, oh, there's more than EDM, right? Okay, sort of. So I sort of started listening to more tech house and disco. I was like, right, okay, and then I was just like, wow, okay, I didn't.
You start to mold your sound then.
Exactly that, And then because I was going to Lost, I was like, oh, okay, right, this is the vibe you're after. Okay, and I was like, I really want to play here, and just started getting into the music a lot more, started understanding it a lot more, and then that sort of just came kind of naturally over my first year. So when I started my second year at uni, that's when I got playing for Lost, and then Lost started to get a lot bigger in terms of the capacity of their shows sort of when I graduated uni, and then that was probably like 4 or 5 years ago now maybe. But Lost has been sort of unreal for me, because like I said, we was playing big capacity shows, and we're nobody's really in terms of like the DJ scene, you know, so I was
It's headline shows with no headline DJs.
Oh, exactly that. Yeah. And you're playing them peak time sets to like, I think my sort of the first big show we done was Camper Furnace, sold out. It was like it should be like, I think it's like 1,300 in one room and 1,100 in the other, but because our room just seems to be more popular, I think it was a lot more in that room. Yeah. So I was playing to like over like 1,700 people, and really I was a bit of a nobody really. I was just a student DJ who's got a lucky break really, and then so to have the opportunity to play them sort of sets again so early on in your career when you're not really, you know, doing much in terms of like production and stuff like that, it was I think it's quite a bit of a unique experience, and I'm so grateful, and very lucky to have that opportunity as well. So I've and obviously playing them sort of sets, you learn so much. There's only, I think it's the same with a lot of skills, but you can only get so good in your bedroom or whatever, you know. It's only when, you know, if you're a footballer, you can only get so good on the training field, but once you actually play a game, that's when you're
different ball game.
That's when you can start getting to that next level in terms of experience and just getting to that next level as a DJ. So it was playing Lost has been amazing. And I'll always I want to play for Lost as long as I can. Honestly, it's like
home. Is it like your home? Because you have like your home ground, your home turf.
It's 100%. You know, we've got it's a real family. You know, without sounding too corny, like everyone who's involved is like really good mates. And I don't know. It's just where I play it for, you know, different events and different brands and things, but I don't know, there's something about playing at Lost where you just feel proper at home. You know, it's like, this is where it started, and this is, you know, where I'm gonna try and play for as long as possible. You know, so I do love the Lost crew, and the crowd as well. The crowd are fantastic. You know, we've got a good vibe. It's great.
There's always a good vibe, Lost.
Have
you done a Lost event before? Because I've never actually done one. I don't know why I've never done one.
Yeah, I've been to quite a few.
We've got to change that, mate.
Because we're in Manchester. Did you?
Yeah, change
a little commission.
First year uni. Mate, I tell you what, some of the ticket sellers used to get paid more than I did.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I was like,
it's that pound of commission.
We used to get like, you know, a good couple of thousand people in, and they'll be like, I remember like one freshers or something, there was like a ticket seller who done like 300 tickets, and I was like, you're getting paid more than me. I was like, what? I was like,
and they're getting a free night out.
I was like, I'm missing a trick here.
Well, the massive venues, aren't they? They're huge venues. So it's mainly kind of Manchester and Liverpool, isn't it? But obviously, are they moving around the UK now?
Yeah. So we we had one year where we done like a 10 city tour during Freshers. So yeah, it was crazy. And like pretty much all the shows were sold out as well.
I remember seeing you do an event in Bangor and I was like,
yeah, in Bangor.
Why is that on the list?
But in Bangor. And for some really weird reason, I used to keep pronouncing it wrong and everyone used to have a go at me. I used to be the butt of a joke. I used to call it Bangor. I don't know why. I honestly have no idea why. But I'll be chatting to someone, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm playing in Bangor. And they're like...
Bengal, that's a tiger.
Yeah. Like, what? And I was like, getting funny looks. Yeah, honestly. So, we played Bangor. Yeah. Because I just thought it sounded like bang. Oh, yeah, that's a banger, mate. I just thought it sounded like that. I don't know where I got it from. I was calling it Bangor. I don't know. Yeah, apologies to everyone who's from Bangor. I got that completely wrong. But yeah, we've done a Freshers tour, and that was great just to play in different cities and different venues. But yeah, now Lost, really, we're mainly, obviously Liverpool's our main home.
Yeah.
We do Manchester and Leeds a lot. So we've done Freshers this year in Mint Warehouse.
Mint Warehouse? I've been Mint Warehouse.
Yeah, and they recently changed the venue over lockdown, over the COVID stuff as well.
It shut down, didn't it? And then it all kind of kicked off and everyone was like, why shutting this down? It just moved over, didn't it?
Yeah.
There's a couple warehouses in Leeds. There's a B warehouse as well. It's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah. I think they've got one called Just Warehouse as well. Yeah. So
What?
quite a go-to name, isn't it? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, at least you know what you get when you go. But yeah, they sort of moved the DJ booth and changed the sound system and that, and it was really good. So we played their Freshers. So yeah, I think the plan for Lost is obviously just to keep on going, and I think what we've tried this year is to do less frequent shows, but each show we put everything into in terms of like, because something that we do at Lost as well is put a lot of decorations in, and like, you know, we really theme the nights out. If we've got a theme, you know, we really go for it. Yeah, don't go half-hearted. So we're sort of going like less is more sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So like less frequent, but trying to make the show as bigger as possible. So
it's like a big inspiration for that kind of like your El Row, them sort of shows, because they're very much you go for the show, don't
visual.
You? Yeah, the visual. Yeah.
Do you know what I think? Just from my knowledge of the events, I think that was the sort of first event that really went for it.
Yeah,
and they go for it.
Yeah, like, you get people on stilts, you get like circus performers walking through the crowd.
It's crazy, and it's just even like the amount of confetti.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, the amount of confetti.
You can't see. What's happening?
Yeah, it's mental. So I think that might have been like a bit of a hint to go down. But I think like just through. So I'm not directly linked to the running of it, but I do sort of have a little bit of input. We sort of put our heads together and that. So excuse me. So we definitely wanted to go really, really hard with the theming of the nights, and I think El Row's been a big influence to a lot of events.
Yeah, I think it has.
Music, just
like a market leader on it of all this sort of stuff.
Definitely, just shows what you can really, what you can really do. Like there's you know putting up a few banners and bunting and that, but then there's El Row. Like wow, you've got all sorts. Like, even some of the costumes and some of the characters there going around. I bet they've blew some people's minds.
Yes. Early hours in the morning. Some people
like, oh my God, it's a bloody shark as a policeman on stilts. Lasers coming out their eyes. It's like, am I seeing it? Are you seeing this? Yeah, I can imagine there's a few of them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've never even been to an hour, have you?
I've never been to an hour, no, but you see the stories, don't you?
Yeah.
I think I had a moment of like when we went to Creamfields and we saw Chemical Brothers, and it was honestly the weirdest experience of my life. That's what I imagine like an Elrow event to be. Like at one point, these two robots just came out on the stage, turned to each other, and then went back in. I was like,
did I see that?
I was like, I'm not the only one who saw that. Everyone's like, no, we saw it. It made no correlation to like, what was happening, what was going on. I was like, what is happening here?
Just start proper questioning it.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I think I had one like that when me and my mate was at Electric Zoo in New York.
Oh yeah.
And this was like I think 2012, 2013, and we watched these DJs called Dada Life.
Yes, yeah.
And their thing, I had no idea about this. I knew they were like some nutty blokes because I used to see them on Facebook or whatever. And they had this thing with the LED screen, the animations was jacket potatoes as policemen with guns.
Oh,
yeah, right. So you just watch it and you're like, you forget to, you forget there's music playing, and you're just like, can you see that? Boy,
am I ill, right? Am I ill?
It was almost too distracting.
Yeah.
Just like, how have you thought of that? Like, what is going on? But it was just like really weird animations as well. So like,
imagine being in that meeting, just going, right, what are we doing today, lads? Just looking around the kitchen, dragging potato.
I hear a siren, police. Yeah, wow, great. What a great idea. Yeah, it was almost a bit too much, that one. But yeah, Chemical Brothers. I think do you know what? What year was that, Chemical Brothers one?
Oh, 2019 Creamfield, maybe 2018.
Okay, I think I've got a feeling I might have been at that one as well.
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah, I was only at that for like 20 minutes, I think, because I had someone else on, so I must have missed that one. Thankfully, maybe, I don't know.
No, it was good.
It was good. Right, okay.
It was good because I'm not big into my tech really and house tech. I'm not big into it, but I was just watching it. I was like, and do you know them sets where you just forget kind of like the time, and I know you check your watch and an hour's been, and you're like, oh, this is actually quite good. Like, so you get some sets where you're like, oh, they drag on, don't they? And you're like, I just want this to end.
That's always a good sign of a set where it's like, wow, it's finished. Yeah. When you start like asking the sets, I was like, who's on after? That's when it's
definitely 100%.
Yeah, they're the good ones, especially at festivals. You get that a lot, don't you?
Have you played any festivals yet?
Yeah, so mainly through Lost. I played at Parklife for 2 years. Yeah, we was in the like the VIP section. Which was really cool. It was just nice and intimate. Like you do get that at a few festivals where obviously you got your main stages, but if you go on a bit of a journey, like obviously this one, it was just like I said, just a VIP era. But you do get some festivals where there's just like a little stage, and you're like, oh, what's this? And it's always a good little vibe there. Yeah. It's always the ones that you don't really expect. You just sort of fall upon it, and it was kind of like that. So we've done that for 2 years, and that was through Lost. And that was really good fun. Obviously, you get free tickets as well, so we would get straight out and have a party. Yeah,
it's totally worth it.
So it's good. And then we played at Mint Fest as well.
Oh, in Leeds.
In Leeds, played that a few years ago, and that was the same. That was through Lost.
Is that an airport? Is that like an
airport? Yeah. Really, really interesting venue. So I think one of the stages is in like the hangar where they sort of keep the aeroplanes. So it was it was really cool.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and it was.
Sorry to interrupt you, mate. I've seen one event being advertised recently. It's in Manchester somewhere, and it's called like Party Under the Plane. And you're in an airport hangar, and the plane's in the hangar.
Wow.
And everyone just around the plane.
That's dangerous.
It's weird, isn't it?
Who's trusting that? They haven't told the owners, have they?
That's a Are you seeing this as well as I am? All you hear is like,
some guy stood on the engine. Like,
yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, you'll have some billionaire who's just like, do you know what? Should we just go to Dubai? Come on, let's go. Yeah, load the plane up. There's a bit of a problem. But,
there's 4,000 people stood in it.
Yeah, there's 4,000
It'd be like that map kids on Modern Warfare terminal. Everyone jumping on top of the plane.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Just imagine in terminal there with loads of people on the map. Shall we have a little break? Joe, we talk about how you know it's a good episode and a good set when you don't recognise time. Yeah, we're about 33 minutes in.
You're kidding.
It feels like it's been 5 minutes. I just had a quick chat. I was like, okay.
Just getting warmed up.
Yeah, I know, exactly. We've got loads more to talk about. We've got the Instagram questions to come as well. Yeah. And hey, Joe, just really silly questions where we're going to learn a bit about your personality. Okay. That's what people are here for, mate.
Okay. Do you know what? I always get a bit worried about the Instagram because I've done that one before. Where you put it on, I think I was just a bit bored one day. I was like, just sort of ask me anything. I think I was doing like the DJ lessons at the time as well. I was like, anything about DJing, just fingers like that. Hardly any questions about DJing, just some ridiculous ones. I was like, some I'm definitely not even replying to. So I don't know if you've got any of them. Yeah. You're going to ask them, aren't you? I know you are. No, I'm looking forward to it. That'll be good fun. Yeah,
we're back for part 2 very soon, people.
See you in a minute.
Nice one.
Part 2, and we are back. Very interesting conversations and topic. We did,
didn't we?
We need to jump straight into it because we've had a few kind of Instagram messages about it. A lot of them are quite DJ related, but one of them really interested me was Camp America. So you've done Camp America, apparently.
Yeah. So
Must be a very leading question. This person obviously knows you've done it.
Yeah,
this is obviously one of your mates from somewhere.
Yeah,
because it was what's your best memory of Camp America. So they know some stories about
I'm
you.
hoping they're not expecting. They're probably expecting me to say one story, but I don't know if I can. There's probably a few like that, to be honest. But yeah, Camp America. So we were just saying, I took 2 years out from sixth form to university. I took 2 years out because I really didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. And I kind of just fell into working at like a special needs school. So I was as a teaching assistant at a school called Amwell View School in Hertfordshire, and really loved it. And then me and my mate both wanted to do Camp America, so I went to like one of their open days and didn't plan on it. Just went to ended up going to a camp in upstate New York. That was like for it was like special needs camp for like adults and kids.
That's
and
fascinating.
So, yeah, it was the hardest thing I've ever done and ever will do, just in terms of like the amount of work you got to put in, like lack of sleep and just like the amount of energy you need. But by far the best thing I'll ever do. Yeah, rewarding, like unbelievable. But so I think I'll be interested to see you ask that question actually. But the best. So there's probably two that like really like stick out. Like the first one was in the evenings, like you do like activities, like you'd have like a karaoke night or something like this. And one night we decided to do like a wrestling show between like all the counselors, like we call it counselors, the people that work in there. And we done like I sort of like organised like a wrestling show. So, and we went for it.
Did you go like masks and like?
Oh, we went for it.
Leotards.
What was your character name?
We went for it. Well, we done Hardy Brothers. I was Matt Hardy.
Yeah. Oh, you should have been Jeff Swanson.
Oh no, my mate who done it. He was better at the Swanson Bond than me. Yeah. I would have ended up. I would have ended up breaking my neck, to be honest. So it was me and my mate were the Hardy Brothers, and then we had another two mates who were the Dudley Brothers.
Oh, did we get tables and everything?
We had a we went for it. So we had like this big. It was like a bottom of a bouncy, not a bouncy castle with the walls, but just the mat, the bottom. So we could do all the slams in there. We had like all these crash mats around it where they do like gymnastics sort of stuff, and we had kind of like a digger with like a big. I don't know what they call them, the big scoop thing. And it was up high, and we hung a belt from it, so that we like had a ladder match, right? And we rehearsed it all day. It was unbelievable. And we'd do like entrance music, big speakers. Like we had this American nurse who was really good on the mic, like the Hardy Brothers. And like all the we did it in age groups. We had on 5 different sessions.
Please
and the
tell me
age
you got a video for this.
There's a video somewhere on Facebook. From one of the girls who's there. Yeah, I can show you. And it was brilliant. Like all the kids, because the reason why we done it is because a lot of the kids would come to the camp and they would have like John Cena t-shirts. They love wrestling. Like, obviously it's big in America. It was big in that age group. And so we done this match, and we lost the match, unfortunately. We lost the match, but the next day. One of the kids came up to me, was like, Matt, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, he wasn't in my lodge. We call it, we're in our like chalets or in our lodges, like he was. So he like really thought I was Matt, and he was like, oh my God, are you all right? Are you being up? So I was like, I'm going to play on this. So I was like, yeah, cool. So I went off. And then got one of the nurses to like bandage me up. Had a sling on. I was walking around all the next day with a sling, and they're like, "Man, you done so well on the wrestling." I was like, yeah, So I was like, probably milking it. But that was like unreal, just because the kids were just like,
they were,
oh my God, like, we got them so pumped up, and it was just so fun, because it's like, I don't know if you like was into wrestling when you
I was an edge man, me. Loved edge.
The spear, right? It was the spear.
His entrance music, unreal. Still listen to it now. It's on my Spotify playlist.
Gets you going, doesn't it? Yeah.
I was listening to it in a gym the other day, so I was just running along. I was running at this slow speed, like a little jog, and then that came on, and I went, oh dear. I was like, just got to speed up for like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, because I can't stop it.
Someone walking down the gym, you're eyeing them up. Spear into that squat rack and everything. He has no idea. That was like, it was really enjoyable, because I was kind of like, I got to be a wrestler, and you got all these people cheering, and it was really fun. It was really, really fun. So that was good. And then I had this other moment where we had a lad called Dimitri, and he was like in a wheelchair, couldn't really physically handicapped. but we had like horses there, and we done one where I was really nervous about doing it. I wasn't very confident, but we done it where I was on a horse with him, and we took like 3 of us to lift him on, and like I was proper like hugging him, and he was like round me and we was riding this horse. And just literally going around in a circle, and he just like was just crying his eyes out, just screaming, just like, because he's from New York as well, like from the city, and like I don't know if he'd ever really seen like horses in a field and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was just, but it was hard. Like I really had to like hold on and like keep him sturdy. I was underneath his arms, and like, oh mate, I was just behind him, just like trying not to cry as well. You know what I mean? But that was like one of the moments I was like, that will stay with me forever. Like that was really like. Really special, really special. That was, and then so the first memory is probably a bit of a selfish one because I got to be a wrestler. Yeah, and then the second one was
it's every boy's dream, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
Growing up, you want to be the Hardy boys.
Yeah, got to be Matt Hardy, so it was good fun. And then that one riding the horse, that was like a real special one. And then there was like we would have like the way we have 5 sessions, 10 days of work, and then 2 days off, and then in them 2 days off, because we were all 18 to 21 year olds in America, whatever, there was some that's probably a lot of stories there that are unreal, like really good stories, but I definitely probably shouldn't say.
It's definitely one where if you ever meet Liam on a night out,
definitely make sure you've got a while as well, because I've got a few. But yeah, we'll go with them too, just because I know my parents might be watching this.
Did you experience any like frat parties or anything like that?
Yeah. So my mate who we done Camp America with, he was at like we were sort of worlds apart. Like he was really good at football, so he done football coaching at like this really rich. It was a camp for like, it's like a Jewish kids camp, but like they had like load of. It was kind of like they had like a big sort of Jewish community in New York, so it was like it was sort of that, but they had load of money. Like he was sending me videos in like on jet skis and stuff like this, and like doing water skiing, and like our beds were donated from a prison. So that's like comparison. I was like, don't send me any videos. But he, all of our staff was international. A lot of his staff were from America. So when we finished, on your visa, you got like a month to travel America. So we had a month to go travel, and we like had load of cities where he had friends at like college, they call it colleges over there. Yeah. So we were staying at these people, like went to frat parties like UCLA and Washington and Arizona as well, Arizona State. Yeah, we was going to these frat parties, and it was crazy. Like we had this one where we went to UCLA, and I didn't understand the whole like sororities. I think that's the girl version, the frat version. Yeah. So my mate was like, we're staying with this sorority, and I was like, okay, cool. Didn't think of it. Turn up, and just girls everywhere, and we're like sharing like this sort of bedroom with me and my mate. And I was just like, where are the lads? And the girls were like, oh no, it's just all girls. I was just like, okay, right.
So 19-year-old lad.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi there, how are you? Yeah. So yeah, we sort of went out, and there was like one where this lad wouldn't let us in because he was like, English lads? No, I just probably thought he was going to take all the bears. I mean, yeah. So he didn't let us in, and then we actually went to a house after that, and he let us in, and we had this one where we was in this frat house, and I was chatting to the bloke there, and it was 20 bedrooms in this. It was a mansion. Yeah, they've got so much. You know what you see in American Pie? It's that, maybe a little bit more. Jesus. It's like they've got so much money. They've got these mansions. They've got a massive garden, and they've got like a budget for parties. So we turned up there, the LED screen, a stage outside, DJ, all this. So we're partying, like just loving life.
Did you ever jump on the deck?
No, I didn't. Probably should have offered, but yeah, I don't know. I was just a bit like, whoa, this is crazy. So we had one, and then basically the police showed up, and they were like, right, everyone out, blah blah blah. And so we ran inside, and the guy was like, please be quick, like just to me and my mate. He was like, get in this room. So he opened the door, chucked us, went in this room, and there's this bloke sitting there like on his computer, just like this, and he was like, you all right? And I was like, sorry mate, the police are coming, like we've just chucked in this room. And he was like, oh, for God's sake. I was like, you're right. He goes, no, I'm like trying to get this essay done for next week. I've got like a test. I was like, you're not partying? He goes, no, I'm the only one in this frat. I can't remember what course he done now. And he was like, yeah, I'm the only one who's just studying. Yeah, doesn't cares. So he was like, proper study. I was like, oh mate, sorry. I was like, can we just wait here until till the police go. And he's like, yeah, no worries. Anyway, we're sort of having a nice chat with him, and then all of a sudden this kid bowls through the door, absolutely levered, like, yeah, party USA, and the bloke whose room it was like, shut the fuck, like, I'm the only person behaving here, and I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, he's like, yeah, we was like, apparently he got like shoved in here as well. And he was like,
shooting back out, like,
yeah. Well, this is the thing. So he was being like really like loud and reckless. We're like, mate, we don't want to get in trouble. We're not from here. Like, police are like screaming. He was like, yeah. This bloke was like, yeah, they're outside like arresting people, because like I think if there's people under 21, they take it quite seriously.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was, and the bloke who was doing the work, whose room it was like, who put you in there? And he was like, oh, I can't remember exactly. Like Chad. Like, and this bloke was like the frat leader. I don't know what they call him, like the leader of the frat. And he's like, and the kid was like, look, I've had a hard time with him. They always pick on me because I'm using my work. I don't party much, so they pick on me. And he's like, he's basically put him in here to piss me off. Yeah. And I was like, that's bang out of order. So I was like, what room's he in? He was like, he's upstairs, first door on your right. I was like, right. And this guy was me in the case. I was like, let's just go. I was like to my mate, let's just bolt it. Let's grab this guy. Let's chuck him in his room. So we've got this bloke. He's like, come with us. And he's absolutely battered. He's absolutely battered. So he's like, oh, I'll come with you, whatever. So we ran upstairs, found his door, knocked on it, and he's opened it. And it's like him and 4 girls. All these girls are like, oh, Chad, like whatever. And we've just got this kid and gone, he's your problem now. Like, pushed him in there and then just slammed the door. And he's like, no. Like shammed the door. And me and my mate ran out. And like the police were sort of like half like, oh, you. And then was like, oh, I can't be asked. And we just sprinted off. Like, didn't know each other. And we was just like, yes, we just left that kid. Like, cause I felt sorry for the kid doing all the work. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, we just threw him in Chad's room and just.
Is it actually like the movies then?
It is exactly like that.
It's mental. Yeah. I just thought it was like dramatised.
No, it is exactly like it's literally like, so in my last year at uni, I studied in Connecticut for the first term, or they quit semester. So I was in Southern, I've got to remember the name, SCSU, Southern Connecticut State University, for 4 months, like studying there. Nice. And so I was actually a student, like, do you know what I mean? And yeah, it was the same thing, like just mad frat parties, like house, because it's 21 age, house parties are lost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Lost, like, having, like, that doesn't
probably happen. Got bigger budgets than Lost, haven't they?
Probably have. Yeah, literally. And it's like, it's mental, and you're like, I love America. Like, I love Americans. They've got great personalities. They're really hospitable. Yeah. I don't know if it's because of the English accent. I think it helps a little bit. They're really interested. And yeah, you do things like
Hertfordshire. What's Hertfordshire?
Yeah. It's proper like that. I just said London in the end. I was like, North London. North London.
Very North.
Very North. And yeah, you do stuff like, what is it? They hold you upside down and you got to drink out the keg upside down, and just mad stuff like that. Where if you've done it in England, they'll be like, "What? Get out, mate. Gimp!" Like proper. But you just go along with it. Like, it's cool. But like their house party as well is the people that are putting them on. They will supply all the booze. They'll get kegs and everything. So a lot of the parties you go in. You give them $5, they'll give you a cup, and it's just unlimited beer for the whole night. You just go, yeah, it's unreal. Yeah, because it's like, we've paid for the keg, just give us $5, and it's like, yeah, sound like, you know, I don't have to walk around with a bottle of vodka. You know, so I think the police are pretty...
Hiding them in the washing machine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you open it and it's gone. And you're like, right, someone saw me put that in there. Yeah. So it's house parties over there. They take them really seriously in terms of, like, you know, putting on a good party and that. And I think these frat parties and stuff, they want a good reputation. They want to be known as like the cool party. Frat. So yeah, we had some really good times. Yeah, had some really good times. Yeah, definitely.
Could you DJ when you were out there?
No, it was all R&B. Strict, like, yeah. Right. I only met a few that was like sort of a kind of. I think it does change where you are, but where I was, it was like everyone was a rapper.
Right.
Everyone people got the vibe.
EDM heavy as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? It could have been that I'd have gone to a different union. It could have been completely different. But where I was, there was a big there's a big community of like Haitians and Nigerians where I was as well. So one of my roommates was from Haiti, and he would take me to these like Haitian parties, and I actually went to his family's house for Thanksgiving. So I had like a Haitian Thanksgiving, which was amazing. Yeah, it was really cool. Just to
so unique.
Yeah, yeah. And it's all like they speak like Creole, like the type of French. I hope I've pronounced it right. I hope I've got that. I think it's language. I might have got it. I think it's Creole. Yeah, it's like a type of like French African sort of mix. And yeah, it was really cool. So I went to a few of them and they're playing like dancehall and reggaeton and it's brilliant. Like yeah, I love that. I love all like I love seeing music in its element in its right places and you know. And you'll find like a lot of the lads out there. So like if we went out on a night out, believe it or not, we would rehearse a dance together.
5, 6, 7, 8.
literally. And I was absolutely. I'd go to these parties, and this big space thing, and these 4 lads, like some of them like big, like muscular lads, probably on the football team, and they'll be like boom, 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 like rehearse, and I'm just like. That's mad. Like I'll be like, they must be part of a dance crew. And then these other 4 lads would come in and do it. I'm like, and then it was just like fun. I was like, is this a common thing? It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, just.
That is baffling. That's the maddest thing I've ever heard.
It's so mad. And it's one of them where I was like, I just thought this so many times. I was like, if that happened in a house party on Smith Down Road. I was just like, this is amazing, but it's just
lad, what you do?
Yeah, I was just like,
what if you stab in
mate? Oh, it's brilliant. But like, obviously, when you're there, it's like fair, like you know, it's a very different, just a very different culture. I think, in the party scene, I think a lot of it's got to do with the 21, 18, sort of age going to nightclubs. But yeah, it was amazing. It was really good. Yeah, I love America. Like doing Camp America was brilliant, and then because I got to experience the frat parties and stuff like that. Yeah. When this opportunity came up to go to Connecticut to study, I was like, I've got to do it. I've got to do it as a student. Like I really wanted to do it, and yeah, it was amazing. Good experience. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
I'm glad someone asked that question.
Yeah, we got a bit of a tangent there, but no,
that is quality.
No, it's good.
Unreal.
The next question was from Josh Askew. We had his pro football.
Oh, this is a good one. This tells a lot about you as a person.
This is a make-up.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, obviously,
I'm nervous
because obviously you're originally from Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if you have the well-known establishment of Greggs.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if you do. But so what's your Greggs order?
What's my budget?
Okay.
Depends how well the DJ's going.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Say.
You know, right,
we've just finished off here. Oh,
yeah.
Greggs is open. Oh, fancy Greggs.
Yeah. Okay. For some reason I really like the apple juice there.
Okay.
For drink.
Okay.
Don't know why the apple juice.
Cloudy
is
or?
nice. I don't know. I think it's clear.
You like that sort of stuff, don't you? You like the cloudy lemonades and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I do like the apple juice from there. I can't believe I've started with apple juice. I've just got the drink right. Don't judge me just yet. I've got the drink out of the way, and then food. I'm going to be honest. It does depend on the mood, but sausage roll is a go-to. Yeah. Okay. Sausage roll is a definite go-to. Got to have a sausage roll. That's just like a solid base.
Culture. It's culture.
And then it does depend on mood. All right, if I was to go now, it'd be a steak bake.
Okay. Nice.
And I do love a jam donut, sugar jam donut.
So good, aren't
they? They're good. They're really good.
That's solid.
Yeah. Actually, do you know what? I will tell you something about this. You just reminded me, and this is going back to Joel, right? This is going back to Joel, but when I was on tour with him, I found out something amazing about Joel.
Oh yeah.
He has never had a Greggs.
Wow.
Yes, I was absolutely gobsmacked.
Is he from the northeast?
He's from Barnet. But Greggs is everywhere. Greggs is everywhere. Like I've got loads on say. I was amazed. Yeah. Because I was at a service station. I was like, does anyone want anything? Like sausage roll. He's like, no. He's like,
but the amount of
never
time.
had a Greggs. I was like, what?
And
you lads are going like that.
And the amount of time he spent in Newcastle as well, and he's never had a Greggs.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Joel, if you're watching, you want to come on, I'll buy you as many Greggs as you want.
We'll do a Greggs mukbang.
We will talk you through what to get from where. That is imagine never having a steak bake, never having a sausage, bean and cheese.
Yeah.
To be honest, the sausage, bean and cheese are
You've never burnt your mouth on a sausage, bean and cheese?
100%. And you burn it off that first bite and you can't taste it for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So worth it.
Yeah, you just reminded me actually when you said that. That just pops into my head. But yeah, sorry Joel for baiting you out there, mate. Yeah.
Because what is it down south there, like version of Greggs? Is it Pret? Is it Pret that there's a Pret on every street corner?
Yeah, Pret. Yeah, that's a bit of a. Yeah, I don't know if it's a direct comparison. That it's a bit like you get like pastas, like nice pastas and stuff like that. But nah, I think there's Sayers. Or Simmons. I've got a Simmons. I don't know if that's a thing up here, but yeah.
Do you get Pound Bakery down south?
I think there is, but I haven't seen. Do you know what? I haven't lived down south in maybe like
you've been
like 8 years.
So do you live on the Wirral or?
I live just outside the city centre. Yeah, quite close. But I'm moving over to the Wirral in the next couple of months.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, we were saying earlier. I was really excited to go to the city. But because I'm from like a village, after a while I was like, I want to kind of go back to my like when I was driving around here, this is a lovely area. I was like, wow, I love all this. I love greenery. I love all that the countryside sort of stuff. But so the Greggs, is that like seen as like kind of a northern thing? Can I say? Okay, that's interesting.
Greggs is unreal. There's that. I love Greggs. I have Greggs so often. Because there's a Greggs on the high street in Gossip, and sometimes I'll just be on my dinner.
When he's had a bad day at work, I'll drive down the high street and see him walking with about 6 sausage rolls.
I'm not even joking.
That's the thing as well. Like, it's so easy to just go in.
Yeah.
Straight in, and then sausage roll, sausage bean and cheese, steak bake, whatever's on, I'm having.
Yeah.
Festive bake. Oh my god.
I'll tell you. Do you know what? You remind me of another one about festive. I've got stories about Greggs for some reason. Festive bake, right? I went and done a hike up Mole Fama in North Wales. So I was on the way back, stopped off at a Greggs, and I went to they didn't really have much going, and I was like, oh, have you got? And she goes, oh yeah, we've got I was like, have you got any more going? She goes, yeah, we've got some stuff in the oven. She goes, oh, we've got a festive bake soon. I was like, oh, nice. Like, as in, like, is that in the oven? So I was like, oh, how long is that going to be? She goes, oh, it's going to be out in about 10 days, I think. I was like,
set a calendar reminder.
I'm driving. I was like, kind of meant now. Like, I'm studying for. I'm starving. Like, So I was just like, I can't believe
I said to you something. It takes 5 working weeks.
And then the girl who's working next to me just looked at her and just went, sorry, we've got like sausage rolls and steak. I was like, oh, nice one. 30 seconds. Okay, perfect. That's fine. 10 days. I had to laugh.
Tell you what, hey, she needs a pay rise, doesn't she? Like, flogging stuff before
fair play. Yeah.
Get some commission.
10 days.
Margaret from North Wales.
That's funny. Greggs is good. Such a good go-to. I like that question though. Kind of made me hungry now.
I could eat Greggs every day of the week.
Do you have I don't know why this is just coming to my mind. Do you have when you're DJing, like with you've toured with Joel and whatever, do you have a rider that might include food?
No, never including food. My rider is fruit juice and water. That's all I like. I need just like a orange juice or something. I don't drink much at all, really, and especially when I'm DJing. Like when I was listening to the drummer, I keep forgetting his name. Sorry, Alex. When he said I'm there to do a job, that's exactly my thing. So my rider is literally just water and a fruit juice. That's me. I'm a cheap date. And food, I probably could push it a little bit more and put some food in there. But I normally sort of
you should just start putting, like, we've been talking about this, like just like odd. Just like little random things that you'll never get, like asking, like, I don't know, like Cornish pasties. Just seeing how far you can push it, or just getting something really specific. Like, I want a black pudding from Miss Butcher. See what happens.
Handmade stuff. I know. I should. I could do that. I normally it's always after. Before I don't like eating too much before, because I know, like, if you have a massive meal, you're a bit I can't move. Like, I like sort of moving about a bit. That's it. Going and slipping into a food coma. I've had like 10 steak bakes before I play that. But normally after I get really hungry after, actually.
What's your go-to meal after a set?
Unfortunately, it's just whatever's open, and usually there it's
Mackies. The odd Subway here and there, depending on where you play.
Mackies, honestly. I'm gonna have to start doing stuff like that, because it is just Mackies. God, always regret.
What's your Mackies order then?
Honestly, it could be anything. It could be. I know I'm going to get laughed at here, but I'll go for a fish fillet sometimes. You know?
Really?
I shouldn't have said that.
Oh my god, that's on TikTok. That's on Instagram.
I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Can we delete it? I do.
I've never had. Is it no?
That's our title. That's going to be our title.
No, come on. I've got a track out next time. Do you know what it is? The last few I've had, you get the bun, the fish is over there, the cheese is over there, and the sauce, and it's like, who made? Like, I think they do it. They're like, you're having a fish. Give me the mail for fucking this up. Yeah, I know it's bad. It's bad.
Is it like fish finger butter? Is it?
Oh no, it's nicer than that, boys. It's really no, it's pretty. I don't know, it's pretty. I think what it is because I just don't like doing Mackies. I try and eat healthy-ish. And it's just like, the burgers.
It's 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult. And every time, I get to the point now, I pull up to Mackey's, I'm like, no, it's happening. And I'm just like, I'll have a chicken sandwich. And like, just gutted, because I feel it the next day. I don't know.
Yeah, you always do.
So I think by now I should have figured this thing out. But maybe prepping something for when I get home. I need to do it. Because I'm always starving after as well, so...
No, you will be, especially when you're up for all night, like I'll be done.
Second dinner as well, isn't it? Yeah, you have dinner at 8 o'clock, you finish at 4, it's like, well...
Hey, you need another one. Basically, breakfast again.
Yeah.
Basically, breakfast again.
Yeah, feel a bit weird having a bowl of Frosties after a DJ set.
If Frosties you go to...
I don't know, no, I don't know where I pulled that. I don't even have cereal, I don't know why I said that.
It's just been a while. So I think ending on this, because there was a lot of like up and coming DJs who did like message in.
Okay,
and a lot of them were asking for kind of like the best advice, and obviously with Dan's projection as well, like your go-to advice. So say someone just starting out now.
Yeah.
What's kind of like the best advice that you reckon you could give?
Best advice, I think obviously the obvious one is sort of learning how to DJ properly. That's an obvious one. So I'll say it, but we'll choose another one. I think I would say understanding a warm-up set and being able to play a good warm-up set is extremely underrated. And the reason why I would give this advice to a DJ coming up is because the usual, in terms of ignoring the production side of things, just using like the DJ route, it's usually, you'll play for like maybe a friend's event or you start your own event and you do this. The set that you're going to get after that, the next step up is when a night books a name and you're going to go, right, you're going to play before this guy. That's usually how it goes. And if you go into that set and sort of just play really high tempo, play load of bangers, okay, the crowd might sort of over it, but the people that are going to book you, the promoters and even the DJ after you, they're going to be like, oh, come on, mate, like you could have really like done well at this. Like if you play a proper warm-up set and you approach it as if they're not kind of here to see me. I know it might sound a bit bad, but they're here for the DJ. It's professional. That's the way I want to put it. Yeah. It's showing you understand how an event works, and it's like I'm not going all guns blazing. I respect the DJ after me. I know what my job is here that night. You're there to build a vibe, and if you play a good warm up set, it can be a lot better than just going all out. And if I look at my own sort of journey as a DJ, it went from that playing at small events, playing at Lost, and then I done some warm up sets for Chibuku, who do a lot of events. So DJ EZ, Hannah Wants, these sort of names I was playing before him, and when I warmed up to Hannah Wants, she said after, she was like, as we were changing over, she was like, thank you, like I haven't had a warm up set in ages. Like I've just had DJs trying to impress me before, and it's like, and that's rubbed off because exactly. And so I would really recommend that, just because I would give that advice because I know that's going to be a vital step into someone's career, and that 100%. That's playing, like I said, the first sort of stage, playing for friends events or small events. Yeah, like obviously it's important. You're going to be learning the ropes. You're still going to be like, just getting experience to playing crowd. But I think that next step, which I think is going to happen in a lot of DJs' careers, playing warm-up sets is really important. So just research it. And if I had to give tips for warm-up set, is just to like, the energy level is the most important thing. It's creating a vibe. It's not going too hard. obviously don't play don't play Head and Heart before you play Joel Corry. Don't play their tracks, obviously that's a given, but like just a slow nice increase in the vibe. And I had a chat with a DJ the other day who asked me at warm sets, and something I go off as well is, if you think at any moment you're going too hard, you are. Like, if you've got that think of, am I going too hard, you definitely are. Like, just keep that energy. Because I think that's important. Like, for you're there to add to the experience to the night. You're not there for everyone to go, like, you're not the only artist there. You know, there's usually more than one DJ on a lineup, and you've got to work together as a team. You know, you've got to have a nice progression in energy. Because the thing is as well, if you go all out, that DJ at the end, you're using up the crowd's energy. Yeah. So that DJ at the end is going to have a crowd that's half empty because they're all knackered because they've been jumping around since the start. And it's like, if you go to an event where you see a really good warm-up set and the energy progresses really gradually throughout the night, that's when the vibe is like on point. It really is. And the people that matter, the people that are going to book you, will really appreciate that. You know, the promoters and the other DJs. So that would be my main tip, sort of understanding warm-up set and professionalism, approaching it in a professional way. I
think that's perfect advice as well, especially because it's like earning your stripes, isn't it?
100%. That headline spot will come. Like, if you stick at it, if you stay motivated, you know, okay, you don't know when, you can't pinpoint the actual time, but if you stay motivated, keep persevering with it, and be professional in your approach to DJ sets, it will come. So just kind of be patient with it and just accept, okay, I'm opening here. Yeah. I'm playing before this guy, right? You know, just suss the vibe. And that'd be my main sort of advice, I reckon. Yeah.
Sweet.
100%. What an episode. Yeah. What an episode.
Brilliant.
Finally, you need to plug everything that you do at the moment. This is you need to plug. So we've got What I Need coming out on Friday. Yeah,
so this Friday. February the 4th, my debut single with Joel Corry, which I can't believe I'm saying, it's coming out on Signal Supply, which is a label. It's the dance label linked to Atlantic Records. So that's out February the 4th. It's out for pre-order at the moment. If you want to download it, that'd be amazing.
Spotify.
Sorry. It'll be on Spotify as well. You can stream it on Spotify, download on Beatport.
Let's get you them charts, mate.
So that's the main thing for me at the moment, and especially this year is just, obviously when the bookings come in, I'd love to, I'll be excited to play them, but the main thing for me is getting the music out. And I've got a lot more music there I can't say too much now, but a lot more sort of planned after. So I'm excited, and thank you to you boys as well for the invite. I've really enjoyed it. It's my first time doing anything like this as well. So so I've really enjoyed it. It's been good fun, and and hats off to you boys as well. You're smashing it with your podcast.
Thank you. I
wish you all the
best.
Honestly,
appreciate it. Well, this is going to be part 2 coming in the future. We already know that. We've got a list now of people growing where part 2s are going to be coming. We've not even touched on, like, I've still got loads of questions.
We've hardly touched on Lost or
we've hardly touched on it. So definitely part 2. But thanks for coming on. And then Instagram, social media.
Instagram is It's Lekota, and it's the same on Twitter. I'm still learning at Twitter. I'm trying to get good. I haven't. Twitter's a weird one, isn't it?
We're not on Twitter.
It's just like, if you have a random thought, I'll tweet it. Maybe I should tweet about the fish fillets. I don't know. I like fish fillets. Everyone will quote tweet like, whoa, unfollow this guy. His career, he's cancelled. So Twitter's the same. It's Lekota. Facebook. Just search Lekota, it'll probably come up somewhere. But I think Instagram's the main one. And then Spotify, I'll be on there very soon. I think when the track comes out Friday, you can get me on there.
Sweet.
Cool.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, lads.
We'll see you all next week.
Next week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out all our socials, and I'll go to socials in the description, and show them some love.
Thank you, lads.
Thanks for watching.
Nice one.